Hello, I am Joshua P. Warren, and this is Joshua P. Warren Daily. And I've just got a quick update for you. Well, the results are in on the best ghost tours in America, according to readers of USA Today. Of course, for a month, people all over the country were able to vote on this. It's called the Reader's Choice Award. And there were 20 different candidates all over the United States. And of course, I don't know how they picked the nominees. They went through their own process. And so we were one of the nominees, and people were voting their hearts out. And they just announced that we, out of all 20 of the nominees, the Haunted Asheville Ghost Tours, which I created in Asheville, North Carolina, are number three. Number three. And you know what? That's actually pretty amazing if you consider that the number one ghost tour is not really a tour, it's a tour company. The number one winner is called Nightly Spirits, and they have almost 20 different tours all over the United States. Especially they do pub crawls. They have tours in, let's see here, Alexandria, Austin, Boston, Charleston, Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Nashville, New Orleans, San Antonio, Savannah, Seattle, St. Augustine, Tampa, Temecula, Washington, D.C. So I'm not sure how it's exactly fair that all the rest of us pretty much, I think all the rest of us just had a ghost tour. And so, so my little ghost tour in Asheville, North Carolina was competing with a ghost tour company in all those cities. So I hope in the future that somebody will recommend that maybe that should be a different category, like ghost tour company should be different than ghost tour. I'm not a sore loser. I'm just telling you. I mean, does that make sense to you? I'm sure they're great tours, but I just don't think it was appropriate for this category to pit one tour up against a company that has 20 tours, and because ultimately at the end of the day, this really is more of a popularity contest than anything. I mean, anybody could go and vote every day, whether or not you've even been on the tour. So they got number one. Number two was won by the Sisters Grimm in San Antonio, Texas. And what's funny is that I have in-laws in San Antonio. My mother-in-law, who's passed away, she lived in San Antonio, and so I have spent months in San Antonio, and I've seen the advertisements for Sisters Grimm ghost tours, but for whatever reason, I just never had an opportunity to take the tour. So I guess the next time I'm in Texas, I know what to do. I'll take the tour. So they got number two. And then number three is the Haunted Asheville Tours. One thing that I think is kind of remarkable is that, again, let's just kind of ignore number one for a minute because, like I say, that's 20 plus tours. And the number two category there, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas has 1.3 million people just in that town, that one town. Asheville, which came in next, has 83,000 people. Okay? 83,000 people. So the population of San Antonio is over 15 times the population of Asheville. And so that's pretty good, especially if you consider that the number four, the one that came in below us, is, and I'm going to read them all to you, but number four is Mysteries of Hawaii, which is in Oahu, Hawaii. And Oahu has almost 1 million people. So isn't that something that the one, again, Nightly Spirits is number one. Number two, San Antonio tour. San Antonio is a place with 1.3 million people. Number three, Asheville with 83,000 people. And then number four is Hawaii, Oahu there with 1 million people. So I think that we can hold our heads pretty high here on this one. We're very happy and very proud. In fact, here's the rest of the list. Number 5 is Secrets of St. Augustine Ghost Tours in St. Augustine, Florida. Number 6 is Bar Harbor Ghost Tours in Bar Harbor, Maine, or as they call it, Bahaba. Number 7 is Black Cat Tours in Salem, Massachusetts. Number 8 is New Braunfels Ghost Tours in New Braunfels, Texas. Number 9 is Burrows of the Dead in New York. And number 10 is DC by Foot Ghosts of Georgetown. So that's there, of course, in Washington. So those are your top 10. And if you want to go see that list for yourself and learn more about those other tours, if you go to votehauntedasheville.com, ASHEVILLE, votehauntedasheville.com, it will take you to the voting page with the results now posted, and so you can learn about all these other tours. And so look, it's really wonderful that they did this because it's giving all of us exposure. And I'm especially proud that, this is like a David and Goliath situation. And you see how well that we did in this. And it's just because of you and every single one of you who got out there every day and opened whatever browsers you had on whatever devices you had and clicked that vote button. And, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's good karma. And this is wonderful for me to be able to say, hey, we are now one of the top 3 ghost tours in America, according to readers of USA Today. And so they're going to be distributing this all over the country. And so I think it's great for USA Today and Gannett and everything all their subsidiaries and whatnot to be a part of promoting this, because obviously right now people are looking for things that are reasonable to do in terms of price and things that are safe to do. And that's one of the great things about a ghost tour, is that you're usually outdoors. For example, the Haunted Asheville tour is 100% outdoors. And so you have safe social distancing there, and it's a great, easy thing to do if you go to a city to just get a different perspective, a different point of view on the history there. And if you get a bad tour somewhere, it's really awful, it's really cheesy. But if you get a good tour, I'm telling you, it'll be like theater of the mind, and you will never see that city the same way again. It's almost like a big overlay comes down, and every time you look at a street or a building or a monument, you'll start imagining all of these. It's like augmented reality that starts seeping into the scene and popping all over the place if you have a little imagination. So that's the great thing about a good ghost tour. And the Haunted Asheville ghost tours, as you know, have been around for damn near 25 years. And so I'm very, very happy that we came in number 3. But you know what really means the most to me is looking at the reviews that we get from customers, people who take the tour and then get online and leave a review. And because you know how ruthless people can be. Oh my God. There's some people that I think their favorite thing is just get online and just tear people a new asshole, And so I'm very delighted to say, for example, if you look at our TripAdvisor rating, we have, right now we have 918 reviews on TripAdvisor, and we have like 4.5 out of 5 stars. You know how hard that is to get it there and to keep it at that level, so that every year we win a certificate of excellence. They just switched it up this year, and TripAdvisor now calls it the Traveler's Choice Award. And so we just got the 2020 Traveler's Choice Award. So they say to get that, you're like in the top 10% of all tours or whatever, or I guess anything on TripAdvisor. So, and then, you hear, I love this quote we have here at hauntedasheville.com. from National Geographic Best Outdoor Adventures. Some Nat Geo writers were in Asheville. They met with me and then they took the tour and they wrote a nice article. And here's a quote. It says, "The Haunted Asheville Tour makes for a mesmerizing trip and explains why this city is magic." Isn't that great? So I want to, stress to you, hey, it's that time of year. It's September. It's October soon. It's Halloween time. You're going to start seeing all the festive things popping up. You'll start feeling that chill in the air. Maybe you're in an area where the leaves are beginning to change soon. All that will start happening, and you're going to be ready to get out and do something fun. So, what can I tell you? Go enjoy the number 3 best ghost tour in America. But hey, you and I both know it should be number 1, right? Yeah, it's really the number 1 tour as far as I'm concerned. Especially if you scale everything properly. But hauntedasheville.com, hauntedasheville.com. So I'm very happy, very proud of my guides. I mean, we're talking about people like Tad McDivitt and Brian Bloxham, Christian McLeod, Shelley Wright, Missy Hill. I mean, these are people who get out there and just perform there and do the best they can, and are very knowledgeable, and they're very skilled, and they're pros, and that's why the tours are so good and people love them, and we get repeat customers. We see often the same people every year. Like, they come to Asheville every year and they do the ghost tour every year, and they love it more and more. I just got a group contact me today, and the group said, hey, we're coming back for like our 3rd time to take the tour, blah, blah, blah. So that said, there's your update, hauntedasheville.com, hauntedasheville.com. So I have to run here. I got some appointments today, but just wanted to get that news to you ASAP, since that I know all of you have been waiting with bated breath to see what the outcome would be. So it's a great day for celebration, and it's a great weekend. I hope you're going to enjoy a nice vacation weekend if that applies to you, depending on where you are listening. Here in the U.S., it's Labor Day weekend. So maybe crack open some champagne and think of us and what we did here when you make a toast. All right. So that's it for now. I have much more to share with you soon in my next podcast. So that's it. Of course, my website is joshuapwarren.com. Go there, click the link to this podcast called Joshua P. Warren Daily. It's always short, always free, commercial free, uncensored, independent. You can subscribe through various means, or just follow me on Twitter at Joshua P. Warren, at Joshua P. Warren, and I will usually tweet when a new one is available. So that is it for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest and support. Thank you for staying curious. And I will talk to you again soon.